Salamander, the silent amphibian's secret world. When most people think of amphibians, their minds instantly go to frogs and toads, those croaking, leaping symbols of rainy days and summer ponds. But quietly living in the shadows of logs, inside damp caves, and under the fallen leaves of forests are the mysterious and often misunderstood salamanders. These slimy-skinned creatures, with their slender bodies and long tails, might not get the fame they deserve, but they are some of the most fascinating animals on Earth. In North America alone, especially in the Appalachian region, salamanders are abundant. In fact, the southern Appalachian Mountains have one of the highest diversities of salamanders in the entire world. Salamanders are ancient beings. Their lineage dates back hundreds of millions of years, and they've been creeping around since before the dinosaurs ruled the Earth. They belong to the order Caudata, which includes over 700 known species worldwide. Despite their lizard-like appearance, salamanders are not reptiles, they're amphibians, more closely related to frogs and caecilian. What sets salamanders apart from many other animals is their ability to regenerate limbs. That's right, cut off a salamander's leg, and it can grow it back. This regenerative superpower extends not only to limbs but even to parts of their heart, spinal cord, and brain. But what truly makes salamanders intriguing is how secretive and silent they are. Most of them are nocturnal, meaning they prefer to stay hidden during the day and become active at night. And unlike frogs, they don't make vocal sounds, no croaks, no chirps, no rib bits. Their silence adds to their mystique. If you've ever gone for a hike in a wooded area after a good rain, you might have unknowingly walked right past several salamanders without even realizing it. That's how stealthy they are. Some salamanders are fully aquatic. The axolotl, one of the most famous species thanks to its cute appearance and popularity in science labs, never undergoes full metamorphosis. While most amphibians move from a water-based larval stage to a land-based adult form, the axolotl remains in its juvenile, gill form its entire life. This condition, called neoteny, has made axolotls a staple in regeneration research and biology classrooms. They seem almost alien, with their wide, curious eyes and external gills that fan out like delicate red feathers. Despite being native only to a few lakes in Mexico, axolotls are well known all over the world. But axolotls are just one small branch on a very large salamander tree. In the eastern United States, you'll find red-backed salamanders, spotted salamanders, marbled salamanders, and many more. The red-backed salamander is particularly notable because it doesn't have lungs. Yes, that is correct. It breathes entirely through its skin and the lining of its mouth. Because this is only possible in moist environments, these salamanders are always. Salamanders are found on nearly every continent, but North America holds a special place for them. The Appalachian Mountains, in particular, are a hotspot for salamander diversity. These ancient mountains provide the perfect habitat, moist, shaded forests with abundant streams and fallen logs. It's no wonder that biologists studying salamanders often find new species or surprising traits in this region. One of the most fascinating things about salamanders is their reproductive strategy. Some lay eggs in water, similar to frogs, and the young hatch into larvae before undergoing metamorphosis. Others bypass the larval stage entirely. In species with direct development, the baby salamanders hatch from the egg already shaped like miniature adults. This adaptation is especially useful in environments where standing water is rare or temporary. Some salamanders even show signs of parental care, a behavior not often associated with amphibians. Female red-backed salamanders, for example, guard their eggs and protect them from predators and drying out. There have even been cases where mothers stayed with their eggs for weeks without eating, solely to ensure their offspring's survival. And then there's color. Salamanders come in a dazzling array of hues and patterns. The fire salamander, native to Europe, sports bold black and yellow markings, a natural warning to predators that it can secrete toxic substances. The tiger salamander, one of the largest terrestrial salamanders in North America, has bright yellow blotches or bars over a dark background. These colors are not just for show, they're often indicators of toxicity or chemical defense. Salamanders, especially those in the Plethodontidae family, the lungless salamanders, often produce skin secretions that deter predators. These can range from bad-tasting chemicals to substances that cause mild skin irritation. Despite their quiet lives, salamanders face big threats. Habitat destruction, pollution, climate change, and disease are all affecting their populations. One of the most serious threats in recent decades is chytrid fungus, a deadly pathogen that has decimated amphibian populations worldwide. While salamanders have shown some resistance, certain species are still at risk. Conservationists and biologists are working hard to monitor and protect vulnerable populations. Salamanders also play a crucial role in ecosystems. As both predators and prey, they help control insect populations and serve as food for snakes, birds, and mammals. They contribute to nutrient cycling in forest floors and aquatic systems. In some forest ecosystems, their combined biomass exceeds that of birds and mammals. Yes, there can be more mass of salamanders in a forest than all the deer, squirrels, and foxes combined. People are beginning to recognize their importance, not just as scientific specimens but as living beings worth preserving. In some areas, schools and nature centers are incorporating. You won't believe what salamanders can do. Salamanders are among nature's most fascinating and mysterious creatures. They are often mistaken for lizards due to their slender bodies, smooth skin, and elusive habits, but these amphibians are unique. Found mostly in moist habitats like forests, streams, and underground burrows, salamanders are native to regions across North America, Europe, and Asia. In the United States, they are particularly abundant in the Appalachian Mountains, where the diversity of species is unmatched anywhere else in the world. These little creatures are packed with amazing biological features, some of which almost seem too strange to be real. To begin with, salamanders have the extraordinary ability to regenerate lost limbs, tails, and even parts of their internal organs. If a predator bites off a salamander's tail, not only does it regrow, but the process also doesn't leave a scar. This ability has been studied by researchers in the hope of developing novel human injury treatments. Imagine being able to regrow a finger or part of a damaged organ. Salamanders have been doing it for millions of years. Another interesting fact is their unique method of breathing. Not all salamanders use lungs. In fact, many species breathe through their skin. This process, known as cutaneous respiration, requires their skin to remain moist at all times. That's why you often find salamanders hiding under logs or stones where humidity levels are higher. Some species also use gills or lungs, depending on their environment and life stage. For example, the axolotl, a type of salamander native to Mexico, retains its gills throughout its life and lives entirely underwater. Speaking of axolotls, these salamanders are like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. They are neotenic, which means they never fully grow up. Axolotls live